Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man X2. When you use a password, it takes you straight to the X Hunter stages, and you enter a Maverick stage and then immediately exit. You can get a cutscene that tells you, hey, you got all of Zero's parts, or hey, you don't have all of Zero's parts. This is the cutscene you get when you don't have all of Zero's parts, when you haven't beaten all of the X-Busters. Not the X-Busters, but the X-Hunters. I keep doing that. You get mostly the same dialogue as in the other version of this cutscene. You're just told Zero won't be rebuilt. You're gonna have to save him. Also learned something pretty interesting here. By using the magnet mine, you can take this guy down in one shot. Wish I thought of that. You're probably wondering what the lower path we didn't take in X Hunter Stage 3 was like. The one we would have taken if we didn't want the Shoryuken or couldn't get it for whatever reason. Well, there's not much to it, sadly. You just have to make sure not to run into any spikes as you make your way down. There is a one-up here that you can easily get with the speed burner. I'm not going to grab it because usually I come in here with like a boatload of lives anyway. And after one of these little hatches that shoot the birds at you, you're back to where the two paths converge. So I'm going to switch to the Crystal Hunter, and I will hand off commentary from post-commentary PrinceWatercress to live commentary PrinceWatercress to show you some more stuff, as well as show off the bad ending and all that. See you at the hatches. And we are back. I am right next to the two teleporters that take me to Wheel Gator and Overdrive Ostrich. And I finally figured out that to beat Overdrive Ostrich with something other than the X-Buster, you need the Crystal Hunter. This is either Gator or Ostrich. Okay, this is Ostrich. I was going to do a Gator's battle again anyway, just to show what it's like with the Strike Chain. And I accidentally fired the X-Buster there, but well, we're doing pretty well so far. Every time you hit Overdrive Ostrich with the Crystal Hunter, Overdrive Ostrich will always try to leap to where you're at, and at the apex of his jump, shoot at that powered up version of the not the Crystal Hunter, but the Sonic Slicer. He always tries to jump towards you and just do that at like the apex of his jump. I should have just done that. I should have just done that the whole time, but to be honest, doing with the X-Buster was a little bit more fun. And now it's time to do the Wheel Gator battle. Gonna go ahead and equip the Strike Chain here, and then get into Wheel Gator's chamber here. For some reason, I thought I had the Strike Chain equipped when I did that. Apparently not. Get off! And every time you hit him with the Strike Chain, he always drops back into that red stuff below. And that's the first time I've ever tried using the powered up version of the Strike Chain on him, which just makes it longer and bigger. As you can see, if it can hit, it does a lot of damage. That's very nice. I may switch back to the X-Buster if this goes on for long enough. longer than I want it. Sorry I'm not speaking a whole lot, because I did this part first, and I did the other earlier parts, at least a commentary for that later. So I'm not really warmed up when it comes to talking at the moment. There he is. Can I hit him with that? Yes, I can. Good. Plus, I have to concentrate a little more, which I have to do a little bit more of now that I have this weapon all charged up and everything. Oh, come on. Okay, guessing that doesn't act as spikes then. Get off! And I thought that was going to finish him off. It didn't. Oh well. I'm guessing that I get hit in that corner there, because apparently Wheel Gator may be there. Also, oh, I guess it was just from me touching the wall and not Wheel Gator. Well, nevertheless, I got both of these battles done with the weaknesses, so that way you guys can't say I didn't do it. And I'll see you when I get to the final battle. Be right back. And we are now at the side of the final battle. What happens when you come over here without any of the Zero parts, without Zero rebuilt? Well, you get a red Zero to show up in this room, that's what. You still get the same dialogue as usual, but this time you actually have to fight Zero. And if you're not well equipped, this battle can be a nightmare. You're going to have to fight this battle with the X-Buster, but Zero has two attacks. One of them is the ability to fire projectiles, and the other one is the ability to crush the ground and cause a bunch of, I guess you could say, debris to just come up from the ground and just almost make its way to the ceiling. Having the X-Buster enhancement and being able to shoot out fully charged shots at Zero makes this battle a lot easier. You may have to use a sub-tank for this battle, maybe, but if you know what you're doing and you're quick on the draw and you know how to avoid everything, this battle shouldn't give you too much trouble. When you get Zero down to 1 unit of health, the battle stops. You don't actually destroy Zero, instead you bring him the near dead status and he finally snaps out of it. And from here you get to fight Sigma. You'll get mostly the same dialogue as if the real Zero showed up and destroyed the Black Zero in the good ending version of this part of the stage. And the rest of the game is just as it normally was. The two Sigma battles are the same as ever. And that's the only real difference between the real ending, or the good ending rather, and the bad ending. The bad ending, you have to fight Zero before you can fight Sigma. In the good ending, you don't. And I did a little better here than I did in my practice run. I was near death myself when I made it to this part. Also, whenever Zero does the ground pound attack for the first time, it actually destroys the computer in the room, which is actually pretty nice. Very nice effect, and I do actually kind of like that. And I do want the X-Buster completely charged up for when I do the first battle again. I am going to replay this battle, believe it or not. I am going to replay not only the first battle, but also the second battle, because the ending is a little different. Most of the same, but there are a few differences. And now I can get some fully charged shots out on Sigma there. That would really, really be helpful. And you know what? I'm just going to use a sub-tank here so as not to die. You're probably wondering how I managed to get to this point pretty quickly. Well, I managed to just find a password that just gave me everything except the zero parts, and then I just worked from there. And wow, he teleported in kind of late. Or at least I felt that way. Nevertheless, I am doing quite a bit of damage on him, which is rather awesome. He did the glow thing, which shielded him from all that. There we go. Hate it when he glows yellow, because he's invulnerable when he does that, which really stinks. And now it's time for the second battle again. Gonna go ahead and get the strike chain equipped. As soon as I'm able to move, I'm gonna start striking. Ooh, I better use another sub-tank there. Not fun. And Zero seems to have zero invulnerability frames whatsoever, because I'm able to just do so much damage so quickly. I mean, I've got him the purple already. Now I've got him in the orange, and it won't be long before I get him the red. Come on, just teleport into me. There we go. Sometimes he does that when he's near death. He just teleports in and out and you can't hit him until you let him envelop you. You have no other choice but to do that. But we managed to get Sigma dead again. This place is about to blow up. We get the same final dialogue before we go to the credits like last time, including the statement where Zero was one of the Doctor's creations. Which Doctor it is, Mega Man X2 never elaborates, though the future games do. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some differences from the first ending sequence we did for this Let's Play, as opposed to this one. If not, then it'll be a great way to close this Let's Play out. Zero is still with us. Sometimes Zero shows up, sometimes Zero doesn't. I've read that if you actually beat the game without any of the enhancements, which it is possible to do, Zero doesn't show up. I was expecting Zero not to show up. He didn't show up. Actually, he did show up, I mean. But we still get the same dialogue as usual. Not really much of a difference. But we might as well just go ahead and sit through this ending sequence again. And then we'll see the enemy roll call for a second time, and then that will be that for Let's Play Mega Man X2. And here we are at the enemy roll call. Still stand behind my opinion of the game from the last video. Graphics are crisp and clear, you can see what everything is. Sound and music are great. Game controls pretty well, just like the first game. You do have a little bit of replay value in the two endings, the good one and the bad one. Either you can choose to rebuild Zero or not. It doesn't really change the story that much either way, but it is kind of cool to do the Zero battle once or twice. I still think that Sigma is way too easy. Especially the second time around with me doing this for the channel. Because, quite frankly, the fact that Sigma had very few invincibility frames and I was able to hit him with the strike chain on the second form like very soon after I hit him once. Just hit him like every other second with the strike chain and it actually did damage very quickly. Just kind of proves that it was. But again, that's merely a nagging flab on my total enjoyment of the game. It's still a very solid sequel. If you like Mega Man, if you like Mega Man X1 especially, you're definitely going to love Mega Man X2. Definitely a game to have for the Super Nintendo library if you love platformers. And shooting things. And collecting stuff. We all know the X series is about that too. And that is it for Let's Play Mega Man X2 on Super Nintendo. Really don't have much else to say. Can't believe it took me so long to play this game at last. And see that all that there is to see with this game. I knew it was going to be good. It pretty much met my expectations. Again, Sigma was really easy, but even then that didn't detract from the game for me. I would definitely play this again. And we get a black Zero instead of a red Zero when the game thanks us for playing, because we got the bad ending. Other than that, that's the only key difference between the bad ending and the good ending. But if you didn't get the good ending first, you'd probably wonder why the black Zero was there. Turns out the black Zero shows up if you've gotten all the parts. So if you got the good ending first, you probably would have seen this already. If you didn't, I'm guessing the developers expected you to get the bad ending first and then work your way towards the good ending. If you got the bad ending first, you probably wouldn't even know what the black Zero was for. Well, it's the evil Zero that shows up if you actually got all the parts. So now we know. And that is it for Let's Play Mega Man X2. Hopefully I will be back with another game. It may be good, it may be bad, it may be somewhere in between. Who knows exactly what it may be. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!